Hey guys. All right, hold on. More options. Okay. Hey guys. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal Friday on purpose. I am at one of my locations, checking on my team, making sure everybody is okay, seeing if they're in need of anything. And I decided to come in their resource room. So this is my little makeshift backdrop because there's a lot going on in this room. Okay. However, I talked to you guys this morning on Facebook and told you that I had a revelation about something. I wanted to jump on and share it with you because it's building season. Okay. So let me go to the story that I was in when I got my little revelation that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. Um, okay. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. All right. So, um, every morning I have a prayer call that I'm on at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I want to join a prayer call or whatever, just send me a message because that's not why I'm on here right now, but I'm going to share that part. All right. So, um, and this morning we were on a prayer call and my sister shared a scripture. And so she shared the scripture, but when she shared the scripture, I was reading and then I read down a little bit more and I'm like, wait a minute. This is like what I've been talking about all week. So I was like, I have to come on and share the scripture and the story with you guys because you guys are my people. All right. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Joy Maxwell. I am the retired school teacher that stepped out on faith to go into entrepreneurship almost 10 years ago. I went from making $40,000 a year as an elementary school teacher to making over $40,000 a month as an entrepreneur with proven systems and strategies. And now I teach others how to do the same, start and scale successful businesses. Um, but I'm also a girl that, listen, my faith, it's been a thing that has kept me in the midst of it all over the last 10 years, and I like to share my faith. So here I am today. I'm going to share with you guys this story about a man named Nehemiah who was on an assignment to build. Nehemiah was on an assignment to build, and he had a lot on him. And here we go. So the scripture that I'm going to read from is Nehemiah 2. Um, and I'm going to like jump around a little bit, but I think I'm going to start at 7. Okay, verse 7, Nehemiah 2, verse 7. So pretty much, Nehemiah has something on his heart that God has put on his heart. Okay, so he goes to the king, and the king is like, what is it that you want? And he said, uh, the generous hand of my God was with me, and this and the king gave them to me. When I met the governors across the river, I showed them the king's letter. So he asked the king for permission, like, listen, I want to rebuild. This place is in shambles. There's a lot going on. I've been called to build, and I want to know if you're going to give me your blessing to do this. So the king gave him a letter. I showed them the king's letter. The king even sent along a cavalry escort When Sanballat the Hornite and Tobiah the Ammonite officially heard about this, they were very upset and angry that anyone would come to look after the interests of the people of Israel. Now, I don't even know why these two are angry. This technically ain't got nothing to do with them because y'all don't want to build, so why y'all worrying about what Nehemiah wants to do? So he arrived in Jerusalem, and after he had been there for 3 days, he got up in the middle of the night, he and a few of the men who were with him, and he hadn't told anyone what God had put on his heart to do for Jerusalem. The only animal with us was one he was riding. Under cover of a night, he went past the valley gate toward the dragon's fountain to the dung gate looking over the walls of Jerusalem. Hold on, let me skip down. Then he gave them the report. He said, "Face it, Jerusalem is a wreck. Its gates have been burnt up. Let's build the walls of Jerusalem again and not live with this disgrace any longer." I told them how God was supporting me and how the king was backing me. They said, "We're with you. Let's get started." So pretty much here you have this man who is on his heart. It's a place that was dear to him. It's tore up. It's been destroyed. The gates have been burnt. It needs to be rebuilt. And he says, "You know what? I'm the man for the job. I'm going to build this wall because it's purpose in my building. It's purpose in my building." And so he really didn't have a lot of backing, but he had a few friends who were with him. And the friends that were with him said, "Well, you know what? Let's roll up our sleeves and let's get to work." And so while they were building, these other people came along. They heard about Nehemiah building his wall, and they came past to laugh at him, mocking him. "What do you think you're doing? Do you think you can cross the king?" Nehemiah shot back, right? So this is like him getting a little spicy. "The God of heaven will make sure we succeed. We're his servants and we're doing his work, rebuilding. You can stick to your own business. You get no say so with what's going on over here. Jerusalem is none of your business." I wanted to come on and tell you guys, some of y'all need to tell the enemy, your haters, even your family members, that what you are building is none of their business. What God has called you to build, what he has put on your heart to orchestrate and do, what he has put on your heart to bring together and to get other people to come around, is absolutely none of the haters' business. It's absolutely none of the enemy's business. It's absolutely none of the naysayers' business. It's absolutely none of the doubters' business. It's none of their business. Your building has a purpose. Your building process has a purpose. What you are building, what you are cultivating, what you are creating, what you are molding, what you are forming has a divine purpose. It has a greater purpose than your feelings, actually. It has a greater purpose than your emotions. It has a greater purpose than the season that you're currently in. Your building has a purpose. And once you begin to build something that has a greater purpose, I want you to realize that you will have haters. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people who want to discourage you. You want to have people who want to distract you and say, "I don't know about that. I don't know if you should be doing that. That don't sound too good. Why are you even trying? Just give up, throw in the towel." You're going to have all of that. But when you have been called and commissioned by God, when you know what's in you is greater than what's going on in the world outside of you, is fueling you in this season, then you have to stay dedicated. You have to stay committed, and you have to stay focused. So I wanted to jump on and tell you guys today that what you're building has purpose. And once you've decided to build, God will anoint you. God will appoint destiny helpers to help you, and God will surround you with the right type of people. Yesterday when I went live, I told you guys that iron sharpens iron, and just as iron sharpens iron, people have to sharpen people. Well, the issue is a lot of us get stuck with hanging around dull people. You get used to hanging around plastic. You get used to hanging around wood. You get used to hanging around people who are not sharpening you. And so you leave conversations, activities, and events drained. You leave tired. You leave overwhelmed. And it's because you have to get around iron. Iron will sharpen iron in your building season. So in this season, you need some people that's going to come along, roll up their sleeves, and work with you. You need some people who are not working against you. You need people in your boat who are rowing and not drilling holes. You need people who are going to hold your hand and say, listen, I got your back. I know this is rough. I know this seems uncomfortable, but I got your back. And so I want you to remember on today, you got to be like Nehemiah. Nehemiah said, listen, I'm up here on this wall and I can't come down. None of that y'all talking about down there has anything to do with me. None of this, what I'm doing, has anything to do with you. I'm in my building season and I can't come down. A lot of you who are going to watch this video are in your building season. You cannot come down. You have to use the God-given tools that God has given you, equipped you with, and sent for you, and you have to build. This is not the time to get discouraged. This is not the time to get overwhelmed. I was watching Joshua Giles the other day, and he said he felt in his spirit that this is a season that the people of God, the builders of God, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, the leaders are picking up spiritual momentum. What that means is, when you get momentum, it's good, right? But that spiritual peace, that godly peace, that the breath of God, the ruach of God breathing on you and jump starting you back to get moving, that's something special. That's something that can't be compared to anything else. So in this season, I want you guys to make a commitment to continue to build, continue to build, continue to stay steadfast and unmovable, continue to just take the grace and the peace of God with you. Leaders, stay encouraged. Visionaries, stay encouraged. Entrepreneurs, stay encouraged. Build. This is not the season to relax. I feel like, you got a little break this summer. You had a couple of months that was like, okay, take a little breather. Now it's like game time over. This the big leads. Get up. Get back working. Let's go. It's time to build. I want you to be strengthened. And I want you to shoot back at the enemy and tell the enemy, this building that I'm building ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't none of your business. And I got to stay focused. I have to continue to build. So that's all. I wasn't going to be on here long, real short. Just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. I'm going to link the scripture to this story because technically you can read all of Nehemiah chapter 2 or chapter 1 and just go over the part that he went before the king, he petitioned the king, he had favor with the king, and he already had the backing of God. So he knew it was time to build. He knew it was time to build strategically, and God sent the people who rolled up their sleeves. These weren't just commentary, Sometimes it's good to have somebody just for motivational pieces, but it's also good to have a crew that's going to roll up their sleeve and say, you know what, I'm going to help you. Let me roll up my sleeves. Let me take off this jacket, this suit jacket. Let me roll up my sleeves and let me help you. Let me get in the mud with you. You know how people say, I got it out the mud? Get you some friends that's going to get in the mud with you to help you out. And so that's who Nehemiah had in this chapter. He had a crew that said, we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to work with you. Now, the haters came. And they laughed and they mocked him and they teased him. But what did the scripture say? It said Nehemiah shot back. That's like Nehemiah got I don't even know the word that they use. Like they used to say you got gully or whatever. I don't know. But Nehemiah pretty much got spicy with him. And he shot back and said, listen, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Go on about your business. We building and we not coming down. We're not stopping. We're not going to be defeated. We're not going to be distracted. We're not going to become overwhelmed. We've been called to build. We have the grace of God to build, and God is strengthening us in this season. So I want to encourage you guys because leaders, builders, visionaries, entrepreneurs, dreamers, goal setters, God is strengthening you in this season to build. Don't give up. Don't come down off the wall. Don't get distracted. You are being called to build in this season, and what you are building has purpose. I am going to link the scripture in this story. I want to come back and check on you guys. In a few days. I'll probably be back on here on Monday. So I want everybody to enjoy your Friday. If you're seeing this video, God bless you. If you are a kingdom entrepreneur, if you are interested in starting or scaling a business, I want you to check out the link in this video for our Kingdom Business Believers University, which is starting in November. It is a private community. You do not have to be a Christian to join our community. All are welcome. However, we do use biblical practices. We use biblical principles when it comes to business and when it comes to building. And so, like I said, all are welcome. But that's just what it is. We're using that tool to help you guys. So I'll be back on Monday. I hope you guys all have a phenomenal Friday on purpose. This weekend, y'all, I'm getting some braids because I have a speaking engagement coming up, and I need to have my hair like away. And my two little braids, they're here, but I might be getting wet, getting in the water, all that type of stuff, so I might have to get some more braids. So when I come back on Monday, I'm going to look a little different. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a phenomenal day on purpose, and I'm going to talk to you later. Remember, your building process has a purpose. Keep building.